Hi everyone, it's Catherine. I am going to try to make this a super fast video. Basically, these are my work in progresses. I even have one in here. And long story short, these occurred right before I got pregnant and then when I was kind of newly-ish pregnant. And that wasn't the very best mental state for me, apparently. I did crazy things that I normally don't do. I am the type of person who will pick a, like I'll pick the yarn I'm going to do and the pattern. I sit down and I do it. I started this a few days ago. You know, I generally work very quickly, even though I've got like a spouse and kids hanging off me. So I don't feel that urge to ever start another project and another project. Like I don't get bored because I'm usually done so quickly. But this was just the sign of a poor mental state and bad decision-making ability is really what that boiled down to. And I always thought that I would just come back to it and it wasn't going to be a problem. But as I pulled another hank of yarn, I keep them like that. I keep the skeins like as they come. I don't normally even wind them until I'm ready to go. As I pulled another and another, like it started to really weigh on me. What I should have done when I made the decision to not complete a project, with the exception of ones like this, which I definitely like, I want that yarn for this pattern, like it's non-negotiable, it's gonna happen. But for ones I really changed my mind on, I should have unraveled it then. I should never have let it sit because it became this thing that was really burying me. So in part of my decluttering process, I am trying to use what I have. I've talked about that with the planner things. And I was looking through here, trying to decide what I wanted to use next. And if you see that empty space, that was where the box with all my work in progresses was. And I was like, you know what? I can let that sit for another 3 years until it swallows me whole. Or I can just sit down and actually finish them all. So as you can see, there's none left in there. I have the next project I'm going to do right here. I kind of decided randomly to just do this one. It's the virus shawl. I thought it was a little bit funny because no one really knows where the pattern came from. It just showed up on Pinterest one day, or at least that's the rumor. I think a couple of people have tried to take credit for it, but really it just, who knows where it really came from. But it has circled the globe many times over, and it's one of those things where you get the little repeat going and then it just grows and grows and grows and grows. I haven't left the house since February, so to me, I still see humor in this. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. I don't know. But yes, it actually turned out to be the perfect pattern to get me going. And if you're struggling with this and you're like, well, what do I do? Like, just pick a pattern that you know is super, super easy, as opposed to I'm going to choose the most challenging one and get that done. And then I'll have like that weight lifted. Maybe that works for you. For me, it was, okay, yes, this is like 1,000 yards of yarn and it's lace weight, but the color change is actually really motivating. There's something about it, like you just want to see the color change, and I'm actually now to 4 different threads. So that's how this one changes. It started out white, and then there was 1 strand of mint green that gets worked in, and then there was a slightly darker shade of like aqua that got mixed in, and now there's 1 strand of blue. So there's 4 different colors in here. And over time, like the white will drop off and I'll get like another one. So it really kept me motivated, and it was so easy because I realized that the chart I was using to start this was wrong. And I realized that today. So as I work, I'm just fixing it as I go. Every few rows, I make a change, and like at this stage, who even cares? It's kind of part of the story and it makes it a little more interesting. So that one was a really good, easy one. I'm glad I picked it. And then once I picked that, I was like, well, what do I do here? This is just still really overwhelming. And I kind of eeny, meeny, miny mowed it. And I just grabbed this one because I thought, you know what, this is going to be easy. It was kind of random and I didn't love it. I didn't love the way it was coming out. So I just decided, you know what, I want to get it done because maybe I'll like it better as I go, or maybe I just don't want to see it anymore, right? I decided that I don't know why I have this thing about the plastic bags. I like the plastic bags. Don't worry, I reuse them for years and years and years. I threw in a ruler, like a gauge ruler, and a project bag, not that I'm ever going anywhere, some of my favorite stitch markers, a ball of acrylic for testing stitches, and pretty much every crochet hook I own. So there's not really any excuse. My wrist brace is in the other room. Everything I need to work is right here. So I could, in theory, just grab this whole basket and take it wherever I am. I could bring it upstairs with me. I could bring it into the living room, whatever I need to do. It's all right here. And I've decided that whatever I do next, I am actually just going to sit there and I'm going to unwind these two. And once I go to grab this one, that's when I can decide what I'll start next. And then I'll just package it up, toss it in. So I don't want to have more than one waiting for me right here, because that's when I get overwhelmed. And I am going to be so excited to see that box empty. And I don't know what I'll put in it. Excuse me. But it is nice to think that that is a huge space. That's half a shelf. And it was destined to sit like that box, taking up space for who knows how long. And now that doesn't have to be a thing. And I have all this yarn, super excited to work through it. And I can feel good about starting a new project once I finish these. So I'm hopeful that, who knows how long it'll take me. I've just kind of committed myself to it. I don't know how long it'll take, but I know it's going to feel so good once it's done. So hopefully I will be back here at some point sharing all of these completed projects. That is it for this video. I hope you all liked it. I am going to bed. Bye.